Today I'm going to be talking about the Ultimate Edition of a PS5 exclusive being released for Xbox and Stream on April 7th. This game is Godfall Ultimate Edition. The initial game was released under the name Godfall in 2020. Really quickly before I get into the pros and the cons of this game, I want to note that the gameplay in the background is from Godfall in 2020 and not from Godfall Ultimate Edition. So Godfall Ultimate Edition will retail for $39.99, but for Xbox players we are getting a special limited time launch price of $29.99. Both prices will include all DLCs. Now this is the reason I'm doing the video primarily. Right now, April and May, we're limited in our choices of game selection for our next game. So if you're already looking for that next game, this might be something that you might want to take a look at. And I'm going to jump right into the bad of the game. At launch, it was only a PS5 exclusive. Only people that had PS5s could play it. Besides the initial lack of player base on the game, there are really only two things negatively mentioned in a lot of reviews. The first being that it failed to live up to the unsaid promise of being like the new Destiny. It promised a lot of endgame content. It did not really deliver on a lot of endgame online additional content for the game. The game really is a one playthrough game. The second thing it really didn't deliver on was having captivating turn-page storyline. The storyline is, I'm not going to comment too much, but it kind of seems from what I read, something like what you would expect from Left 4 Dead. Something very basic and not something that's going to make you really want to see what happens next in the story. Now that we have talked about the negatives of the game, the positives of the game I think far outweigh them for the current price if you're looking for a game for April and May. So the positives of the game is that it has top-notch graphics. As far as 22 is concerned, these graphics look as good as basically every other game that has really great graphics. The combat mechanisms and the gameplay for combat looks immensely fun. Nobody really had anything bad to say about the combat. It actually rewards aggressive gameplay. One of my favorite ways to play these types of games is fight highly aggressively and limit the amount of damage that I take to basically almost none. And for those types of players, I think you're really going to enjoy this game because it looks so good and you have so many moves and different things that you can play with in the combat system. So I'm going to leave the gameplay on in the background so you can watch a little bit more of the combat. But I just wanted to bring this to y'all attention that this is a choice coming out on April 7th. And if you don't mind not really having that much of a storyline and you're just looking to play for something for a month or a couple of months depending on how much you actually get on and play, this is a real contender, especially at the launch price for Xbox at $29.99 with all the DLCs being included in that price. And I hope this information helps.